Hello everyone, this is Overboy, and yesterday I did my top 10 favorite Scarlett Johansson movies, so I decided today, since she's one of those actresses that I like most of her movies, but there are a few movies that I don't like of hers, I'm going to go ahead and do my top 5 least favorite Scarlett Johansson movies. Number 5 is 2003's The Perfect Score, directed by Brian Robbins. This movie is pretty much kind of like Breakfast Club and Ocean's 11 mixed together. They're trying to pull off a heist inside the high school to steal the answers to a test so that they can pass their big high school test. I can't remember which test it is, but it was really not a very good movie. The cast didn't really have that good of chemistry, and Chris Evans and Scarlett Johansson are both in this. This is the first movie that the two of them worked on, and their chemistry was really off in this movie, because they worked really good in the MCU together, and they worked good together in the Nanny Diaries, but their chemistry just was really off in this movie, and but the rest of the cast just weren't really that great in it. I think that the story could have been a lot better. It just wasn't a really great movie. Number 4 is Home Alone 3. I'm a huge fan of the first two Home Alone movies. I've actually reviewed those with my friend Esley Greer on Entertainment Fanatic Reviews. But I don't really care very much for the third movie. After the second movie, all the sequels kind of just got to where they weren't as good and everything, and this one was a really big drop from the first two to me. When I was a kid, I liked it a lot more than I do now, but this was one of the first movies I'd ever seen her in. She plays the older sister of the main character and everything. She's not in it very much, just a little bit here and there and everything. She doesn't really have a lot to do. They don't really do much with her or anything. It's just not a very good sequel. Number 3 is 2017's Ghost in the Shell, directed by Rupert Sanders. I've seen the original Ghost in the Shell anime movie. I really loved it and everything. I think this movie suffered largely to the PG-13 rating. I think that if they would have at least gave it the R rating and maybe was able to have more of the violence that the original had, I think that would have been better. And the whitewashing controversy also, I think, caused a lot of people not to see this movie and everything. I didn't think that I didn't really think that Scarlett Johansson was that good in this movie. Her acting was just kind of wooden and everything. All the controversy and stuff that happened, I feel like it didn't even pay off or anything. I mean, her performance was just really bland, and the movie was just not one of my favorites. It could have been a lot better. I was hoping that I would still enjoy it and everything, because I'm a big Scarlett Johansson fan, but this one was one of my least favorite movies of hers, and the worst one that she had been in a long time. Number 2 is A Good Woman, directed by Mike Barker, from 2004. I don't remember this movie very well, except that it was painfully boring. All I remember is there were like 2 or 3 different love stories going on between this character and who's cheating on this other character. I don't really remember exactly everything that goes on. I've only seen it once. I tried to rewatch it one time when I was watching her stuff again. I couldn't get through it. I just ended up turning it off. It's just really, really boring. The cast is okay, I guess, but they aren't enough to save the boring movie. It's just hard to watch it. But my number 1 worst movie of Scarlett Johansson is 2006's The Black Dahlia, directed by Brian De Palma. I'm usually a really big fan of Brian De Palma, and it also has Hilary Swank, who I'm also a pretty big fan of as far as acting goes and everything. So I had expected this movie to be really good. I had some friends and family tell me how great the movie was. I was really expecting to like it and everything. I went to see it in the theater, and uh, it was just a complete bore fest. I mean, nothing really was going on. Of course, they had to fictionalize the ending to make it where they caught the killer of the Black Dahlia and everything. Really, the only thing that was memorable about this movie was Fiona Shaw's performance, and even that didn't do much. Um, but the Black Dahlia just was a really terrible movie and everything, and I was really disappointed. I'm a pretty big fan of Brian De Palma. I like his work on Scarface and Carrie and Blowout, and there's quite a few other good ones. But um, anyway, that's my top 5 least favorite Scarlett Johansson movies, and if there's any more top 5 lists or top 10 lists you want me to do, let me know in the comments, and I'll get to them as quick as I can. And thank you, and have a good day.